Muli Shani Vonse, welcome to the first video of 2024. I can't believe that we're here already, but time is moving, it's moving and it's time to get back to business. I'm so excited to be back. The festive season definitely took a toll on my health as well as that of my family's. I'm feeling a lot better for sure right now, and I'm so grateful for your prayers and your well wishes. I really do appreciate you all. And if it's your first time here, my name is Tembi Fletcher, and I will continue to make eclectic videos in 2024. I would like to talk to you about a few habits that you can create in 2024 to change your life forever. And all of these are definitely coming from a place of experience. I adopted these habits years ago. Some of them I have perfected. Well, to be honest with you, that is kind of relative. I would say some of them have become kind of like second nature to me, while others I'm still working on. And all the same, I have been able to see a huge transformation in the way that I live, in the way that I see the world, and even in the way that I'm able to accomplish my goals. So obviously, because this is the beginning of the year, you're going to be seeing lots of videos about how to effectively create goals this year, effectively set goals and achieve them this year, or how to lose weight and stuff like that. So I do understand the sentiment of it. Obviously it's a brand new year. We're trying to start off strong and we're trying to make changes. And that's the reason why I thought that it would be essential for me to be able to share these with you, because I do care about my community. Like I usually say in my videos, I want us to keep growing together. So I don't want to gatekeep anything. If it's working for me, I would like to share it with you so that way, hopefully, it can work for you as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So habit number one that I would recommend that you adopt is taking care of yourself. And so that means taking care of your body. Health is wealth. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that saying, but it is so true. When you are feeling good, you're in great shape, you're able to accomplish so much more. And I think the sad part is that a lot of us don't realize that. We kind of feel like we're punishing ourselves if we start developing a habit of activity, being active, or, these healthy habits of eating better or eating clean and getting more sleep, or just taking some time to relax and rest when needed. We kind of feel like we're punishing ourselves, and I have been there before as well. I used to be really caught up in I'm just going to keep working and working and working. Being like unhealthy in terms of like my weight wasn't necessarily such a huge issue, even though I am working on getting healthier. I've already lost quite a bit of weight, and I'm going to share that video with you in the near future. I'm trying to do it like it's a lifestyle change. I'm trying to do it in the form of changing my lifestyle, and that's what I've been working on lately, and it's definitely paying off. So I will share that video with you in the future. But I was able to tell a huge difference in my productivity when I actually started taking measures to take care of myself. So I try by all means to make sure that I eat clean, and eating clean doesn't mean that everything that I eat is organic. I live in the United States, and if you live here or live anywhere in the West for that matter, you know that food can get really expensive, and especially organic food. But something that I will say that helps me is to cook 90% of our food. So I make sure that I get lots of fruits and vegetables, so that my family has access to them. I also cook food from scratch as much as I can. So that's 90% of the time I try to do that. And it's really paid off. It's so much more beneficial. It's so much more nutritious versus when it comes to just eating out all the time, fast food, processed foods and stuff like that. And the same goes with just taking measures to rest when I need to rest. I've been trying to do that a lot more lately because, like I said, the festive season took a toll on my health, and I realized that it's because I was sleeping very little. I was constantly on the go, and that's just not a healthy way of living. So make sure you get enough rest, especially if you're a workaholic like myself. Take some time to just take a breather, even if it means you just take a day to rest and not worry about work and stuff like that. And also consider going to bed early, because it allows your body to rejuvenate itself, to heal itself, and that is actually really important. You may not be able to a lot of us don't really have that. A lot of us don't fully understand the power of sleep or the power of rest. The power that it has in ensuring that our body is able to heal itself and even fight away diseases. We feel a lot younger and a lot more rejuvenated when we get ample rest. So make sure that you do that as well. And then when it comes to exercise, I would say that just any type of activity is necessary. So if you're the type of person who doesn't necessarily feel like the gym is for you, so going to the gym, lifting weights, doing cardio and all that type of stuff, you can find any type of activity that allows you to move your body. I, for one, started by just cleaning my space. And I know this is kind of ironic or kind of weird because it doesn't really make sense. But actually when you're like dusting or you're sweeping or you're vacuuming, you're doing dishes, doing laundry, moving up and down around your space, you're actually moving. That is activity. And so I started looking at my chores, doing my chores as exercise. And in turn, it motivated me to actually start moving my body by exercising. So I like to take dance class, well, not dance classes. I like to do dance workouts personally. I do them right here at home, so nobody can judge me. I get to dance as much as I want to, and it's just so enjoyable for me. So you could be that type of person who'd rather work out at home. You have that opportunity to do so, or you could be the type of person who maybe just wants to take a walk in the neighborhood or go for a run, or you could be the type of person who wants others around you in order to motivate you so you can join the gym. But I think it's necessary that we keep our health in check and that we take better care of ourselves, because it really does even build up a lot of discipline. Just being able to discipline my body has allowed me to become more disciplined in other areas of my life. So it's almost like a domino effect. If you start working on one, it's going to inevitably affect other areas of your life. So let me continue to the next one. The next one I would say is have a time of devotion. Now, I am a Christian, and I believe that just having some quiet time, either to be able to read the Word of God or spend time in prayer or listen to a Christian podcast, always gives me that ability to be able to reflect within myself, to challenge myself. Just having a time of devotion gives me a lot of encouragement, and it also pushes me to do better, to become a better person in general. And that's why I highly recommend that you develop this habit as well, because it's going to change the way that you approach life in general. That doesn't mean that we're not going to have bad days, but I think it's highly important that you're able to feed your soul, you're able to feed your spirit, so that way it can bring out all those beautiful fruits, the fruits of patience, peace, love, joy, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. I think that, not that I think, I know that will definitely be life-changing for you should you develop a time of devotion. Now let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is more so in line of taking better care of yourself, but I'm going to say dress up more. So take some time to get dressed. Get your hair done, put in the time, a little bit of time every single day. You don't necessarily have to go to a salon every week to get your hair done. I personally do my own hair, because I know that it's super expensive to have to go to the salon all the time. I was kind of forced to just start learning how to take care of my own hair. And the good thing is that we have access to so many videos online. There's so much content online that will show you how to do anything from straightening your hair to styling it if you've got natural hair or if you're relaxed. There is so much content that will help you learn how to either crochet, did I say that? Crochet or braid it, or even just add weave if that's something that you like. But I feel like being put together is going to really change not only how you view yourself, but how the world views you. So this is something that has definitely helped me personally, because I find that wherever I go, I end up getting special treatment without even asking for it. You know, people open the door for me, or they'll ask if there's something that they can do for me. People seem to be a lot more polite and a lot more kind when I'm put together. But then it's kind of, I guess I would say it's not necessarily a gray area, but I will say that I've always been the type of person who takes care of my image in that aspect. Not so I can show the world that I'm something, or so that I could put others down, but I've just always been the type of person who will do my best to make sure that I put in some effort into the way my appearance, into the way that I look, because it's just my personality. And I've gotten a lot of positive reactions versus negative. You know, negative, it's maybe somebody's having a bad day and they're not really in the mood to talk or something, but it's never like somebody calls me names or somebody looks at me like you know. So maybe that's something for us to think about. Could it be that our appearance matters? Absolutely. People judge people based off of what they see first, and then they will listen to you afterwards and then try to figure out what your personality is like. But all in all, the moral of the story is that if you just put in effort in taking care of yourself, making sure your nails are clean, making sure you put some lip gloss on, some pretty clothes, you know, clothes that make you feel good about yourself, it is going to be life-changing for you. I assure you that. So thank me later. All right, moving on to number 4. Number 4, I would say, is create habits of consistency. And this one is a little bit broad, but I will try to compress it as much as possible. When I think about consistency, you know, I would say that there is a misconception that being consistent means that you have to do the same thing over and over again every single day. And in as much as, yes, that is quite true, it doesn't mean that you have to create this regime, like this really strict regime of, I have to wake up at 5 in the morning every day, and then I have to have breakfast at this time, and then I have to do my chores at this time, and I have to do this and that. That will just cause burnout. And I'm speaking from experience, because when I was thinking about trying to build the discipline of being consistent, I was so focused on, I have to do it right. I have to make sure that I do what I said I was going to do, and I was going to. But over time, I had to figure out a way to compromise. And so consistency for me now means that I keep going no matter what. I think that's the simplest way that I can say it to you or share it with you. Even just like when it comes to the work that I do here on YouTube, I may not always upload a video on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but I will ensure that even if I miss a day, I'm going to keep going. I'm not just going to quit and be like, well, that's it, let's forget about it. So same thing comes even with my workouts. If I miss a day of working out, I'm going to try by all means to make sure that I try again the next day and not just give up and just throw in the towel. So that is consistency for me. Whatever it is that you've set your mind to do in 2024, whether you want to save more money or you want to buy a house, it could be something as simple as checking in on your loved ones every couple of days. And yeah, just go for it. And even if you fail a couple of times, get back up again and keep going. And you will see the difference that it's going to make in your life over time. I think just developing that mindset of moving one step at a time is going to bring so much change in your lives or in our lives over time. And we're definitely not going to be the same people that started out in January by the time we get to December. And yeah, so now moving on to tip number 5. I think I've just got, how many more tips do I have? I would say Okay, tip number 5. Let's just focus on one tip at a time. Tip number 5 is develop an attitude of learning. I think this one is probably one of the most important ones that I can share with you because it has been phenomenal in terms of the effects that I have seen in my own personal life. Just developing that attitude of being a child. So, children love to take knowledge and information in. They're constantly learning, they're constantly groping at knowledge and new things and wanting to see what they can do with this or that. And that's something that I have decided to adopt in my own personal life as well. So learning doesn't have to be that you go back to college. If that's something that you want to do, go for it. I highly recommend it if that is something that you would want to do personally. But learning comes in many different forms. It could be from learning a new language or learning a new skill. So like cooking, learning how to cook a new meal or how to bake or how to do pottery. It could be learning how to do artwork or how to play an instrument. Any type of knowledge that you acquire is just going to enrich your life. And you will discover that you're a lot more happier when you choose to take a position of a student versus being a know-it-all. Learning is definitely key to ensuring that your life keeps getting better and you keep on growing. And I think I've just got one more tip for you. I think I have it. One more tip for you, and this is a financial tip or financial habit. I would say develop the habit of investing. The reason I've put this out there is because I know that a lot of us women don't necessarily know anything when it comes to investing. And I know that this is changing now, which is amazing, but I want to be an advocate of women dabbling in investments. So be it trading or crypto or just having mutual funds, whatever it is, index funds. It's very, very important that we are educated in this area. And the good thing about it too is you don't have to be a guru at this in order to get started. My husband and I started, how long ago was it? Maybe like 6 years ago now. We opened our first investment account or brokerage account. And we just decided to put it on like, what's that called? We decided to put it on auto investments. So basically the brokerage itself invests the money that we put in there for us. And we just keep seeing, and we've just kept seeing our account grow over time. And if I were to tell you that we literally started with $5, and now, obviously I'm not going to be sharing numbers with you, but we have seen exponential growth since we started 6 years ago. So just with $5, it could be, we do $5 every week. So you can do more. You can do $20, $100. You can do 15, however much you're willing to put in that, to put in your account. And just leave it there and see what happens. So the brokerage that we use, this is not an advertisement or collaboration, by the way, but I do like Acorns. Acorns is what we started out with. And now we actually have other accounts with different companies where we make investments constantly, consistently. And then the blessing of it too is that it allows you to become more disciplined financially, because I remember when we just used to like focus on saving our money, and the money that we'd have in our savings account would never grow. Like if it grew, it would grow like maybe by 5 cents a year, which is nothing. And so that was not really beneficial for us. But once we started really like dabbling into actual stocks, we saw a major difference in how our money has been growing, in how our money started growing. And so I think that it's highly important that I'm able to share this with you, because there are people out there who may not even have any money in their savings accounts right now. It is a crazy financial climate that we're living in. And that's why I think it's highly important that you start making investments now, especially if you have a family. Invest for your children. Create a custodial account for your kids, or multiple custodial account, well, I'm saying custodial, custodial accounts for your children. It will definitely be a blessing for them over time. My kids are young now, and that's what we've done for them. And I'm hoping that by the time they both turn 18, they would have money to be able to get their life started out there in the world without worrying about how they're going to make it. But then of course, we do want to teach them the discipline of them being able to work hard. But I don't want them to ever be in a position where they're struggling financially, because I know just what a burden that is personally. And so, yes, I highly recommend that you start making investments. There's so many easy ways that you can get started. And yeah, I wish you all the best with that. And yeah, so those are the 6 habits that have been life-changing for me personally. And I pray that they will be life-changing for you as well in 2024. We've now come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you give it a thumbs up so that the algorithm can show it to more people, because I think that the information that I've shared you is good enough to share with others as well. So don't forget to hit the like button. And then if it's your first time and you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing that. It is fun over here. I'm going to be bringing you a lot more interior design content, interior decorating content as well, architecture, fashion, you name it, even travel. I mean, it's time for us to put our traveling boots on in 2024. I think it's time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye. Bye.